Hi folks, this is Kim. I'm going to explain to you how to get into Avogadro to either refresh your memory or show all of you who've not done this before. So you can either click on the link I've provided on the front page of the website or in the email, or you can type in app.avogadro.ws, and this is the screen that you're going to come up with. If you remember your username and password from last year, great, you can log back in. But if you've either forgotten your password or never done this before, you're going to click the forgotten your password. Do not register your own account. So forgot your password, and you're going to type in your email address, the one I send your emails to, and hit reset. It's going to tell you that it sent an email. This email is going to show up in your inbox in less than a minute. If it doesn't show up, that means that it went to your spam folder, or it means that your school server is blocking the email from coming through. So if you don't have this email, then you check your spam folder and your junk mail, and then if your school servers are blocking it for some reason, I can always use a personal email address so that you can get in, and you just need to tell me that. You'll have to email me and let me know. Okay, but you'll get an email in your inbox. Someone triggered a password reset, and you can reset your password. Okay, I just reset mine before I did this for you, so it'll let you reset your password, and then you'll be able to log in. Okay, you're going to log in not with your name, but with your email address, not what I just put in, but with your email address as your username. Okay. When you log in, you should see a tournament that you're part of. If you don't see this part right here with your tournament, then something's wrong. It's time to stop. You can screenshot this piece to me. It helps me figure out pretty quickly what's wrong and send it to me, and I'm able to fix it usually pretty quickly. So I'm going to click on this because I'm the coach for this team. It says scoring's not yet complete. That's okay. Okay, you can click on your team button up here. And this screen is going to show you what you're competing in and what you're not competing in. Now, we're unable to get rid of this not competing column, but don't use it, okay? You're defaulted to competing in everything, but if you know that there are events that your kids are not going to participate in, that you have no one to do Amazing Mechatronics or nobody to build a bottle rocket this year, please go ahead and click on the not showing in those particular events. This helps us greatly as we are planning for how much equipment and stations that we need for each of your events. Then you're going to hit update. Okay. At the bottom of this screen, you can add team members to your team. Okay, it's going to show up, first of all, as blank. If you, again, are returning from last year, you're going to be able to type in your students' names that you had in for last year, and they are going to show up again this year, which is great. Okay, so you can add Allie back to your team. Okay, and then you can pick that she's going to do electric vehicle and invasives and rocks and minerals. But if you have someone who was not on your team last year, okay, here's what it's going to come up. This is what it's going to say underneath. It's going to look for that person. Sometimes, depending on the internet, it may take you a little while. But the person I'm trying to add is not this Sophia. It's a different Sophia, so I need to create a user. Okay, I'm going to type in the full name. I'm going to give my email address as the coach. We do not need the student email addresses. You can leave phone number blank. We'd really prefer you to fill out the gender, ethnicity parts. You must fill out the grade level. We at least need this part to make sure that you've got on your team who you're supposed to have on your team. This is a high school team, so I'm going to put level 10, okay, or grade 10. And I'm going to register that student. Now, what this does is register them in the Avogadro software or system. It does not put them on your team yet. There's one more step to do. Okay, now when I come back here, my student is going to show up in this list, and now I can add them. And I can say that she's going to do astronomy and chem lab and ecology. Okay, and you can continue on down your list. Now, What opens to you at given times, and I send this out in an email so that everyone knows exactly when this goes out for each of your tournaments, is the scheduling button. Okay, and this is a high school schedule, but there are different things. So middle schools and elementary schools look a little different, but these are the events that we need you to pick a time slot for. Okay, these are walk-in events, but what we're trying to do is make sure that not everybody shows up at the exact same time to try and shoot their rocket or test something else. So I'm going to go down the list, and according to where I need my kids to be, I'm going to put them in their events. Okay, and you should do this now. It's going to close about 2 weeks before the tournament so that we can enter the rest of what needs to be happen in there. Now, after this period of self-scheduling closes, I will go back in and I will enter the rest of your team's schedule based on your individual tournaments into here. And then when you click on the on that button that says View Team Schedule, what happens is at the top, you're going to see, once you have your full team entered, you're going to see which team members are doing what in which period. And then below that, you're going to see an individual printout for each student. And like I said, once all the events are in, you'll be able to see this in its entirety. It works out really well because you're able to make sure that you haven't double booked a student. You can see that if I had put Allie in 2 second period events, they would both show up here. Let me do that so that you can see. So let's put her in electric vehicle and in helicopters. Okay, so I go down here to the team members. Okay, electric vehicle, and we'll put her in helicopters too, so that when we go to scheduling and we view the team schedule, Allie's got 2 events that's happening at the same time. So either we've mistyped it and Allie's not really in one of those events, or we need to move one of these so that she can be in the events that she needs to be in. Okay. So some of you have realized that there are things you forgot to fill out or need to change about who's on your team. Your team members, this part will remain open until Saturday morning when the tournament starts, so that you are welcome to change out these students. Someone's sick. Sophia got sick. She's not going to be there that day. Take her out and add somebody else instead. Okay, let's see. Okay, we can add Abby to the team, and we can put her in those events instead. Another thing that you can do, and if you realize that you've maybe not typed in something you need, down here under additional questions, okay, here's all the information that's been filled out for each student. So you are able to go in and change this. So if you didn't have this information when you started, you can go back in and fill it in now. Okay, and you can fix them and then hit save. And then that information, the demographic information, will be where it needs to be. Okay, so what you need to do for scheduling, you don't have to have your team members all put in there yet. You just need to go in and pick your slots, but you need to get all of your members on your team so that we can see the roster and see who's going to participate in which events. All right, guys, I hope that helps. Let me know if you have questions.